Yo, what's good? Welcome to Africa Unscripted. Very first episode. Today I'm going to be in Rosebank here in Joburg and I will be meeting Joe Human and I'm looking forward to seeing him. He's a content creator. Let's see how it goes. Yo, what's good? Welcome to the very first episode of Africa Unscripted and I'm here with the famous Joe Human. Welcome.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, welcome. Tell us what's behind the name Joe Human.
Your first question is hectic already.
Yeah.
Look, I grew up in a very religious family.
Okay.
So I grew up in the church, teaching the Bible, and I'm still very religious. I'm still very spiritual. However, growing up in the church sort of like conditioned to not mingle with people who don't believe in one thing. And it's just by condition. So if tempo doesn't like what I like, you can't really be my friend because we don't believe in the same thing, right? And then like here's Joe who's a young creative and he gets into the industry and he's exposed to like every single type of person. People that have tattoos, people that have a different sexual preference, people that do different things. And he falls in love with them regardless because you're all like on the same mental level, okay? We're all trying to create beautiful things. And before like everything else, he learns that you're all just really human beings, right? Before what you believe in, before what you prefer, before you meet your culture, your ethnicity, you are a human being. And I wanted to embody that as a person. So everything I create, whether it's a logo, a brand strategy, a design, an experience, a piece of content, I'm always thinking about how does a human being interact with this thing that I've created first before I consider, like society and the titles and everything that, is so like subjected to us. So that's where human came in. It's a big part of what I do. I'm a public servant. I'm about people, right? Whether it's through business, whether it's through experiences, whether it's through content. That's where human came from.
Okay, speaking about content, because this is unscripted. I'm your host, First Zambian, or Cholwe, or Decap. I don't know what you want to call me. And this is Joe Human. By the way, you parle français?
Oui, je parle
So, il parle français, je parle un peu le français.
Okay.
And do you know why we're speaking French? Do you want to tell us why we can speak French?
I'm Congolese.
Okay.
I'm Congolese born. I moved to South Africa in 2000. I was quite young. Before that, actually, my family lived in Zambia. Like, we spent a lot of time in Zambia. I've got some interesting stories there.
Okay.
Being a kid, And moved to South Africa. And it's really just been about finding myself because, as much as we are all Africans, we are taught different values.
Yeah.
We grew up differently. There's certain things that, when I came into the South African market, I couldn't I was quite shocked to experience and see. It was fast-moving culture. Things were a little bit more different. It wasn't as strict as the background that I came from. And looking at that, I had to take things that I believed was acceptable, but at the same time still preserve my identity and my values.
So, based on what you're saying, is you've needed to find the balance. How easy or difficult has it been? And with your family, with obviously South Africa is very different from Zambia, is very different from Congo. So how have you managed to find that balance? Obviously, you spent more time here.
Yeah, I think one thing that I'm really good at is building connections.
Okay.
Building relationships, and that grew into building communities, right? Whether it's on the digital platform or whether it's communities within the spaces that I occupy. I'm really good at that. I love conversations, so I'm a conversationalist, and I love people just from a genuine perspective. or even being able to know what is it that we are going to do, right? And those connections have put me in spaces that I probably wouldn't be able to get to if, I didn't have those genuine, authentic relationships. So, obviously, it's been difficult because I had to learn the language, like English, learn a little bit of Zulu here, Xhosa, and really start to relate and understand the culture, how people think and how they function. Obviously, the opportunities are limited. I am still a foreigner, right? But building those relationships and building those connections, and then like doing the actual work. So it's not just about knowing someone who's in a specific space, or so knowing someone who does something cool or something that is in the industry that you're in, but also actually doing the work so that people can be able to see the value that you bring. Yeah.
I mean, I respect what you're saying. Although I don't think we should feel like we're foreigners. Africa's home. Africa is Africa.
That's always been my conversation.
Yeah. So, and also with your spaces, I'm so glad you came on. It's been crazy, me trying to get him, because I sent him an email early on, and he was quiet, and I was like, you know what, let me just DM this guy, and in less than 5 minutes he got back.
Sometimes quick.
Yeah, I'm so glad you agreed to come on to this podcast. And for everyone that's listening, everyone that's watching, I don't think many people get to know who Joe Human is, because I know you create those spaces. I've been in some of those spaces. I don't lie and say I come to all of them. But I think people do appreciate it. I see people come and say, "Bruh," because in the beginning, before spaces, you used to do a lot of threads.
Yeah.
So I think I'm very sure you made a lot of connections, and people have reached out and said, "Look, Joe, I'm so glad you put this stuff out." Even I'm telling you this now. I've taken up one of your threads and I've told people I work with, "Yo, look at all these things. This is good advice." So where do you see yourself in the near? What's the 5-year plan, the 3-year plan? Where is the Joe Human brand headed?
I think the 5-year plan for me is, so one thing I've noticed with content creators, right, is that a lot of us get stuck in the hype of following, the brand partnerships, the attention, right? And it's great when you have it. Don't not rejoice in your achievements and rejoice in the numbers of followers you have. That's good vanity metrics to have.
People get lost in the sauce.
But don't get lost in the sauce. And for me, not getting lost in the sauce is look at the position that you're in, the opportunities you have, and then build something that you can own. Right? Build assets, build a platform, own something. Instagram is not owned by us, YouTube is not owned by us, Facebook is not owned by us, Spaces is not owned by us. We are creating content on these platforms. We are aggregating communities on these platforms. But what do you own, right? That is something that you can build, grow a legacy, something that can be sustainable, right? So for me, that's where the Subtle Meetup came in. Right now, I'm perfecting my head brand. Okay. Right.
Yeah. Where is you come with the wrong hat.
Today,
look, your Crocodile Dundee.
Today I am very relaxed. I was supposed to go to the office, so I just wanted to try something very cool. So I wear caps. I don't take pictures with caps often, but sometimes I wear caps. Sometimes I have my hair out. Look, I am a multifaceted being, right? So there's many different sides to me, many different layers, and each day is a new day to express yourself differently as a creator. But the 5-year plan is growing a Subtle Meetup to be almost like the design indaba of content creators, right? Where if you as a digital person, digital head, entrepreneur, thought leader, aspiring entrepreneur, creator, is not at the Subtle Meetup, you feel like you don't know where the industry is going next. Right? So that's one. And then just building a legacy for my head brand. Just my brand, because I'm starting with hats, but there's so many other things in my plan that I want to develop. I want to be the next Tom Ford, the next Versace.
Why not?
You know, so that's where my personal brand is going, and beyond that, just making building relationships with great brands that can align with what I want to support my vision.
So yeah, I don't want this to feel too much like an interview because obviously we're just talking. It's unscripted.
Yeah.
With what you're telling me today, do you feel like you've had the support so far? I've sort of seen your brand grow. From the moment you started doing your threads, the moment you got verified on Twitter. Do you feel you've been getting support from friends, from family?
I think yes, but you have to create the demand for this.
Okay.
Right? Because you can't be sitting in a space where you're like, I'm not supported, I'm not growing, I'm not getting opportunities.
Yeah.
But you're not building.
It's true.
Like you haven't started anything. You're not showing people the value for them to be like, I want to work with that person. I want to invest in that person. I see what they're doing, or I want to be a part of this, or I want to actually share this piece of content, right? Yeah. So for me, like, yes, I've been getting the support, but there's like a clickbait. There's like a call to action. And the call to action is create value.
Okay.
Once you create value, people can see that. They will just genuinely support you, whether it's families, friends, or even strangers.
So that's basically just general advice you give any content creator.
Like, start creating the value. And start with what you have. And don't try and build alone. Like creatives have a lot of egos. We want to work in silos. I want to be the only one. In a specific space, with a specific brand, like co-create, identify people that are able to build the same type of value that you build in their own respective fields, come together and say, guys, let's go after this project, or let's create this, and everyone wins at the end of the day.
I think with what you're saying is, I don't know if it's an African problem. What I've found is a lot of people don't want to sweat. They want the sweet before they sweat. And then there's this whole this PhD syndrome where people don't want to see your growth for them because they're like, rap, if I see Joe there, he might either forget me or he might get more endorsements than me and I might not make it. But what are we really competing against? Is it against each other? The cake is big enough. I've seen your brands, the ones you're working with. I've seen your Jameson stuff. Is there anyone else that you're working with? And what are you doing at the moment?
Not on a long-term partnership. Okay. On a long-term partnership right now is Jameson. Okay. There are some brands that like my publicist is talking to. We might be doing some really cool stuff. There's a very cool campaign that I'm dropping today.
Okay.
Brand partner.
Ooh, exclusive.
Yeah. So no one knows about that.
Okay. Okay, could you give us a hint, which direction?
It's a cologne.
Okay.
It's a cologne brand.
Okay.
Very big international brand.
Cool.
So that's starting today until the 17th of this month. There's 3 pieces of content that are coming up. So I'm excited about that.
Dope.
But yes, so and I think for me right now, the direction is really just aligning myself, redefining myself, but also finding the brands that have a synergy with my growth where I am right now, because that is so important for me. Like, it's not about the money, it's about, does this make sense for me? How do I see this fitting into my 5-year plan as a personal brand? And just really being intentional about what I do and what I create.
Okay, sounds good. Kanye West, Drake, have you listened to their albums yet?
I have.
Okay.
I have.
What do you think? So, I haven't listened to Donda yet.
Donda.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that. CLB, I have listened to.
Interesting one. Most people, the timeline was torn apart after Drake dropped. I listened to to the Drake tape. It was okay. I didn't connect with it.
Okay.
There's probably like 2 songs that I can listen to again. I literally played the album once and never played it again. With Kanye, like because he's an artist, right? I keep going back to the tape, and not because like I don't feel like his music is as great as it used to be, but like I also understand, and I think people don't allow artists to grow. People don't allow artists to just express where they are. We always want to go back to like the old.
Because I think it's because we've got that nostalgia. Like we're in a certain space, and we're like,
And I think we need to understand that like creators create from like their soul and what they're feeling and what they're experiencing, and sometimes we might not like that, we might not connect to it, but it doesn't mean that the way that they create sucks, right?
Yes.
Like if you listen to the production, like the music is beautiful. The content might not be what you used to and what you like from the past. Even Drake, like for me to say Drake's album was not great, these 2 songs, that just shows that like he is.
Don't say that on Twitter.
His transition, he's growing, right? And we need to allow artists to grow. Like Maxwell used to say, I would like the music I create is from my experiences, it's from me traveling, it's from me, loving, hurting. So it's that moment and that point of growth where someone feels like I need to speak now. So look, I'm a big Kanye fan. I love Drake as well, but I've been listening more to Donda just because of like the production and the creativity that goes into it. Like, people will listen to something and be like, "Oh, this beat sucks," but like if you listen to it the way I do, I'm listening to like, "Oh, that's why is he putting a B flat into a major? It still sounds good." Like so it's different preferences for different people. I think they're both great tapes, but I just connect more to the artistry in Donda.
I've only accidentally I've listened to. There's a song that he did with Jay-Z and one with the baby. It's like the same beat, but
different. It's man, like see, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Like he's an artist and he's expressing himself the way that he knows how to, and not everyone will connect with it, and that's okay.
Do you think he's sort of disguised his gospel with the hip hop? And it's like a gospel album, but it's like, more hip hop.
I feel like he has done that, and like people are starting to now question, like, okay, where is he exactly?
Yeah.
But if you listen carefully to the content of like the album, it's more inclined towards gospel.
Cool.
That's my take.
Dope, I respect that. I'm eclectic. I listen to anything. It sounds good. I'll listen to it. Football. Do you watch football?
United.
Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah, bro.
Bang!
That's it.
How do you feel about it?
It's back home. Look, I'm excited. I just hope that he still has the firepower, because like in the last couple of years that we've been getting like really high-profile veterans.
Yeah.
They've not really, except Cavani. Like,
but
Cavani,
he's like
Cavani, yes,
immortal. He's a superhuman.
Exactly. So I just hope that we use him the right way. Like he's really able to express himself again and feel the love and not feel like now the weight is still on his shoulders because he's Cristiano. Like the team really needs to, step up as well. Like we want to see Papa, we want to see more of Fernandes, we want to see, Rashford. Like the young guys need to really work their asses off to a point where Cristiano is able to just grab the opportunities and really also just like mentor them all around.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm excited about that. I want to see, how it's all going to work out. can't wait to watch his first game.
It's what a time to be
I'm
a
literally
United
gonna
fan.
cry if he scores.
I'm gonna call it. Cristiano Ronaldo is going to he's gonna score in his first game, and he's also gonna finish top goal scorer Premier League. I think he's superhuman.
Yeah.
People are saying no, he's not the same.
Not the same.
He's better. No, he's better. From when he left, he's better.
He's refined. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean all those chances Lukaku used to miss, the ones Martial
He
doesn't
would've
put away.
bodied them.
We can give him like one
Once.
miss,
Yeah.
but the rest
But he's gonna body them.
back of the net.
Definitely.
And then those corners that Harry Maguire doesn't get to,
Exactly.
he's gonna get to.
Even
those.
crosses. Like, I'm so excited, man.
So give me your top four before we go. Your top four.
Top 4 of what?
Premier League.
Premier League teams.
Yes, top four. Not in any order.
I'm gonna put it in order. United,
Okay.
City,
Okay.
Liverpool,
Okay.
Tottenham.
Tottenham, Chelsea. You got Lukaku.
Fine. Let's put Chelsea then Tottenham.
Okay.
Arsenal.
Let's not even talk
Yeah.
about.